Hey, well, good morning, church. Happy Friday to you. Today's psalm comes from Psalm 15, and it begins with King David posing this question. He says this in verse 1. He says, Lord, who may dwell in your sacred tent? Who may live on your holy mountain? And then in verses 2 through 5, he proceeds to answer that question. And you might think, okay, he's just going to go ahead and list the 10 commandments, or list just the things that everybody should know. But he actually does something a little interesting. He goes a little deeper. And he deals with more issues of the heart, and he starts to deal with issues of character, especially with character having to do with how we relate with one another. Let's read verses 2 through 5. It says, the one whose walk is blameless, who does what is righteous, who speaks the truth from their heart, whose tongue utters no slander, who does no wrong to a neighbor, and casts no slur on others, who despises a vile person, but honors those who fear the Lord, who keeps an oath even when it hurts, and does not change their mind, who lends money to the poor without interest, who does not accept a bribe against the innocent. Whoever does these things will never be shaken. My friends, this whole time, in all of the change that's been happening, I know I found myself with a lot more time by myself or just with my family, and even having more time to sit and to think and to reflect. And so my prayer for each of us is that today that we would reflect on how we interact with others. Man, do we honor other people? Do we keep our promises when we make them? Do we do what's best for others over ourselves? Man, my prayer is that you would even go ahead and read Psalm 15 today at some point. It should take like 30 seconds. And that you would really line yourself up to next to this person and say, okay, where am I doing well? Where might I have some room for improvement? And that we would all search after trying to be the people that God has called us to be. Man, if you don't line up with all these, understand some, that's okay. Man, there's grace for you. Sanctification, or the process of becoming more like Christ, is just that. It's a process, and it takes time, and there's ups and downs. So go through this. I pray that you would do that and see what God wants us to work on together. We love you, church. Have a good Friday.